What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Therapy Thursday episode where we
Yo, yo,
deconstruct
yo, yo,
our
yo.
feelings sometimes.
Oh, sorry, what?
What?
I cut in on what you were saying. I'm sorry. I was trying
Well,
to
this
say yo,
this is
yo,
something
yo.
we can talk about right now, okay? We're not live, but we're recording. I always got to make that distinction.
I mean, it's live for us.
It's true. We're always living life live, so technically I'm always live.
How's your week been, Matt?
Good. I'm getting back out there, man. You know,
Getting back out there
I'm starting to
on the dating
I'm
scene?
starting to look for that special one, the one who's gonna listen to all my problems and make sure I'm okay. And
Oh, damn it! Are you changing best friends again?
no, again, what do you mean again?
Oh,
I haven't
okay.
changed best friends in many years.
I mean, I became your best friend at some point, so you had a best friend prior to me that you changed to me,
I
right?
was just advertising for the position, man. Nobody had enough years experience. You were my first employee hire. You get all of the money in the IPO.
Hell
All
yeah.
the stock. No, I'm actually, I'm like, I mean, things are pretty good, but I feel like they could always be better. So I'm looking to see what's out there for therapy again. Just like I, it's partially kind of FOMO in a weird way, because I hear a lot of people at work and stuff talk about like, oh, I can't do Friday afternoons because that's my therapy appointment, and I was like, dang, a lot of people going to therapy, man. Like, why aren't I also doing this? And
I mean, you are. You do a weekly therapy Thursdays. It's literally in the name, Matt. Therapy
I know, and
Thursdays.
you're great, but you're like an unpaid intern. I need to talk to your boss. Don't get me wrong,
Or you can
you've been
hire
doing a
me.
great job, 5 stars all around. But it's just one of those things where it's kind of,
How does that make you feel?
which part? The part where I'm abandoning one of my best friends for a professional, or the part where,
Yeah. Yeah. How does that part make you feel?
um, I don't know. It's been such a long time that I forget
Oh,
what
tell
it's
me
like.
more about not knowing.
I mean, this is funny because that's actually kind of not what like a good therapist will do. A good therapist just has a conversation with you, but yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like for your car. Every once in a while, you take it in for a tune-up, and
No, I agree.
I was in like such a awesome place for like the past 3 years, and it's just one of those things where you're just like, like, could it be better? Like, I know, like, things start to stress you out and you start to just deal with it. Like with COVID, right? Like, COVID was really stressful. I didn't think that it was that stressful until I like started working from home and started doing things where I was like, oh, I don't have to like go in and wear a mask all day and like wear gloves and sanitize my workspace and things like that. So then all of a sudden it's kind of like just like that weight off your shoulders. But it's also a great way to get tips to talk to some of our viewers, man. Like, go straight to the source, come back, play a little game of telephone, like, I think you should totally do X, Y, and Z. And then it's like completely wrong. I like completely misinterpreted.
I was about to say telephone is a game where things get misinterpreted. So I don't know if that's what you want to play with our listeners. But no, it's exciting. It's nice. I remember the first time I was in the market for a new car. I mean, a new therapist.
How many miles did it have on it?
Yeah, I had to make sure that the make and model were just right. Um, I was choosing the right year. Hey, I say that, but it's kind of funny. It kind of was like that, right? I was looking for someone that was close to my age, just right the year, and then, um, you know, make and model. I was looking for someone that was a female, and um, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it makes
I think that's to the extent. I didn't choose the car color or anything. I didn't care about the hair color.
Oh,
Imagine you
man.
just like, yeah, I really need a therapist that's brunette, 30 years old, has been in therapy for the last 15 years, and then you realize that that's how job descriptions are these days. They want all this experience, but the company's only been around for like 5 years or something.
It also sounds like you're just targeting like a dating profile. You're like, must be like educated, be brunette, be between this height, like listen to my problems.
You know, that's a great idea, Matt. We should make a Tinder for therapists where you put in what you want, right? And you swipe left or right to all the therapists that you want in your area, and then they look and then they swipe left or right based on, what kind of therapy they offer, what kind of therapy you need, etc. And then if it's a match, then you guys have your first session.
We'll call it Match.com.
I think that one's taken.
Damn it, is it? I thought it was so unique. I mean, well, I think we maybe touched on this previously about like our experience with it. I mean, my experience finding a therapist previously was literally just like, hey, shot, who are you going to? Like, I'll use the same woman, which ended up really well.
I mean,
for
you're
me.
doing the same thing now too, aren't you?
Yeah, I left a voicemail. I called. She was like, sorry, we're not taking any patients right now, but please leave a voicemail. And I was like,
sorry, a shot's not a client here anymore, so we can't accept you.
yeah, exactly. But I don't know, because there's a lot of like apps out as well, like BetterHelp, Ginger. There's a couple other ones, and my company will actually pay for some of it, which is super cool. They give us access to it, like to.
Is it called Ginger because it's for lost souls?
That's funny. I don't. That would be hilarious if that was like their back end like internal marketing. I assume it's like ginger because ginger calms your stomach and soothes you, like ginger tea or some shit. I don't know.
Oh, I thought all therapists there had to be ginger, like redheads.
I'm okay with that. Anyways, he just started looking at me funny.
Looking for a therapist, Matt, not someone to date. Don't forget that. There needs to be a clear distinction.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, there's a lot of apps out there, and it very much is like finding somebody, not to date, but like finding somebody to build a relationship with, where you really want to make sure the person is compatible with what you're looking for. We have the same woman that we went to. One of our friends went to her on our recommendation, and he's like, I didn't like her at all. We're like, what do you mean? She's the best person in the world. Like, she totally like helped us like change our worldview. And he's like, she just kept asking me questions, and like I didn't like that. And I was like, that's the point of therapy, is like to get to the root cause. Like dig in and figure out why you think this way, and then challenge the beliefs and all this stuff. And he's just like, didn't like it. So, I think like
it's not for everyone.
Yeah, and we were also lucky that we kind of clicked with the first person that we talked to, whereas like we didn't have to go through like 5, 6, 10 people before we're like, this is the one person. Like, please have an availability.
I mean, to be fair, I did a lot of research before I went to the one person, so I probably went through like 30 or 40 people, checking, doing a deep dive into their professional lives.
A shot's the type of guy that'll like call up their college professors. Like, yeah, so I see you went to university, UCLA. Yeah, what was the student like? Somebody's like, I don't know. That was 14 years ago.
That's hilarious. No, funny enough, we went to other than her, I also went to like a family therapist at one point. Not with my wife, like not with that family, but like with my dad and stuff. And before I went to this therapist, I did my research on him too, because again, I like to, one, know who I'm going to talk to, and two, make sure they have the right credentials. So then during the session, I think I got there a little bit early, and I was just talking to him, and I mentioned something. I think he went to like a certain school or like something, right, that I'd found out while I was investigating. And he's like, how did you know that? I was like, oh, like I looked you up before I came. Like I'm not, I wasn't about to walk in here and talk to a complete stranger. And he was just super impressed. He's like, oh, like a lot of people don't do that. Well, I don't know. Maybe he was weirded out or impressed. It sounded like he was impressed, though.
Let me guess. You have a code that you follow, the set of principles. You make sure that you like never get caught. Is this some Dexter shit? It's not that I'm rewatching Dexter because I am, but what else do you research? But I mean, do you research your cashier before you check out? Like,
no. I do do a pretty good amount of research in certain circumstances.
You do?
I do. No, it just depends. I I mean, I had a cop call me once and ask me some questions about some case they were investigating. And so I like did all this research into this cop too. And he ended up being a piece of shit. So I didn't really answer too many of his questions, but
Hold on, like live while you're on the phone with him, you're like, or do you like leave a voicemail or something, and then you like look?
no, he left a voicemail
Oh,
that he
okay,
wants
okay.
to talk, and I'm like, who is this guy? So I looked him up. He had like, I don't know, like he'd been on news because he'd like done stuff that he wasn't supposed to, and like all this other stuff, and he was like, I guess he'd been written up because he was like semi-racist. So I was like, screw this guy.
How are you semi-racist? Like,
Well,
isn't it kind of binary?
It
Either
didn't
you're racist or
explicitly
not.
say. I mean, it didn't explicitly say he was racist, but it was like, I don't know. There was a like a complaint basically against him saying that he treated certain people a certain way. So, but yeah, I mean, I think it's good to have the right information, and you got to do some detective work.
Yeah, certainly. Speaking of detective work, how's your week going, Mister Batman over there?
By nights, I put on my cloak and I go do my detective work. Week has been going well. I I mean, like, now that you're talking about a therapist, like, I've been doing these coaching sessions that I mentioned in a prior episode. And it's funny because they're in a very similar format to what a therapist would be like, where it's like a professional coaching, right, that I do through work, where, like, the coach asks me questions, but never gives me the answers. And so I have to continue trying to come up with the answer. But it helps, right? You eventually figure it out. So I had another one, and it was an awesome conversation. But I just realized that that's probably been helping me with, like, work-related stress and anxiety and stuff because I've been going through that sort of practice and activity. But there really hasn't been anything major going on. I mean, I'm still doing work on the house, so that's taking up a good amount of my time. I am going hunting for the first time, and I was feeling, I don't want to say anxious, but maybe a little bit nervous about having to do the doo-doo out in the wild because I've never done it before.
Do you
But then I
mean
looked
take a
it up.
shit, or do you mean kill an animal?
No, take a
Oh,
shit.
okay.
I've also never killed an animal, but
Well, the way you phrased that, you're like, I gotta do the doo doo. I was like,
Do
oh,
the
okay.
doo-doo.
Like, have you done your research on the doo doo?
no, but I bought a trowel and a like a little shovel.
Wait, you've never
basically.
taken a shit in the woods?
No.
You're not living, my friend.
Have you?
Um, yeah, as a kid, certainly. I used to. Well, I've pissed a lot in the woods.
Well, I mean, I've pissed. Like, that's normal. There's always been accessible bathrooms for me to go to. I've never had to, do it out there in the wild. But I will this time. Anyway, but, same thing. I did my research. I did a little bit of investigating. I watched some videos about how it's done. There was a very good REI video with this chick who's like, today I'm going to show you how to poop in the woods. And then she's like, I'm not actually going to poop, though. She had to make that distinction. She's like, I'll show you all the steps except the actual pooping.
Did she at least like fake grunt, like?
No, do you grunt every time you poop?
Sometimes, man. If it's a real big one.
Yeah,
If
but
I had
not every
Chipotle,
time, is it?
I gotta let the world know the bathroom's occupied.
That's hilarious. No, but yeah, again, not. I mean, kind of anxious, I guess, about it, just because like I think we've all talked about my gastrointestinal issues, and not having an accessible bathroom is like a little bit. I don't want to say nerve-wracking, but new. It's a new experience. So just doing my research and trying to keep positive thoughts that it'll go well. And who knows? Next thing you know, I'm gonna come home, start digging holes in my backyard and taking shits in them because I enjoyed it so much. I don't know what the future holds.
That's a very weird way to end this. I'm sorry, everybody at home. You're just gonna be left on this image of a shot digging a hole in his backyard that you've never seen, or then taking a shit and
It's natural fertilizer, Matt.
not human shit. Though.
It's good.
Not human shit. It's not good for it.
Yeah.
No,
No, it is.
no, it's not.
It's good. It's good for How do you know?
Because anything that eats meat is not good for the soil, apparently.
Is that for real?
Well, that's at least what my mom's been telling me. Because she's like, the rabbit shit is okay. Because the rabbit only eats, like, lettuce and whatever else vegetables they feed it. Whereas, like, she's like, the cat shit will kill my plants. So I'm like, good to know.
Do cats eat
They eat a lot of rodents.
meat?
Yeah, they'll eat rats,
Oh, interesting.
lizards, whatever they
I
can
don't-
find.
Yeah. Maybe it's not that great an idea. I don't know. I guess not. Anyway,
I mean, if you want to do it, by all means, just bury
it was a
it.
joke. It was a joke.
Just,
mostly,
just don't
but
try to
he
grow
made
any
it so
fucking
serious.
food on top of it.
Definitely not. Yeah, now I can't do it. I'm actually growing some vegetables back there, so I can't do that. I guess I'm gonna have to break into other people's yards.
There's,
I'm just kidding. I'll keep my outdoor pooping to when I go camping
dude,
and there are no
you're just
restrooms.
addicted to like serial shitting in people's yards. It's just like, and then you have to start shitting in your own yard. So you're like, God damn it, he got me too. Like, fuck, what's going on with this guy?
What's the
You join the neighborhood watch just to find the shitter.
No. You know, like the prank that people play, where they leave a bag of shit on someone's doorstep.
That's called assault.
I forgot. What it's
There's a
called.
company that'll
like a
ship
paper
out.
bag.
Yeah. Oh, like a Ding Dong Ditch. But
It's like Ding Dong Ditch, but they leave like shit on the doorstep.
well, don't they light it
Like
on
being
fire
addicted
so
to
you
that.
have to step on it?
Yeah.
And then when you step on it, you get shit on your shoe. You see it
Yeah,
in
some shit
movies
like
a
that.
lot.
Don't lie, dude. You look like the kind of kid that did that.
Nah, dude, what? I don't poop.
So innocent.
I don't poop. What are you talking about?
Anyway, that's a better way to end it. So, thank you guys for listening in. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll talk to you guys on Monday.